Hey guys, War Machine 395 here with a video review, this time of the Armored Core 9-ball by Kotobukiya. It's a 2001 kit, I guess. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, just a quick look at the manual. It's back. Kind of like the manual on this one. It's really neat. Custom colored. I think right at the back page, they've kind of get this optional, you can flip the back to the front, and I think it makes it so you have a different cover on it. I suspect. Anyway, just a thought. Anyway, it looks pretty nice everywhere. All black and white. It's typical stuff. Same as your average Bandai model kit. Instructions are pretty easy to follow, pretty clear. There's a few bits where you can't really see the orientation of the parts super well, but you know, it's not overly different or even overly difficult. So let's take a look at the box too. Just box art's pretty nice actually. So this is part of the Variable Infinity series of kits by Kotobukiya. So that means all the parts are interchangeable. You can swap out limbs from other Armored Core model kits in this series, and you can swap out weapons and everything else. Everything. Same scale and everything. All the joints are compatible. Anyway, so this is number 17 in the series, AC017. So it's pretty neat. Kind of like this one. I remember playing it in a video game back when I was younger. Anyway, so from there, let's see what we got for a kit. So I've snapped it all together, glued a few parts. This is my video game group build entry, so I kind of wanted to start removing seam lines as I got going. So there are seam lines in this kit, of course. Relatively minor ones, and I find they hide quite a few of them fairly well. Like the forearm, it's a sandwich of two parts, of course, and the lower legs, but they have like front and back parts, and kind of panel it off so you can't really see where the seam lines are. That said, I still glued a few of them just to make it easier to paint, I think. Anyway, so just a quick 360 what you're getting out of the box. Alright, so your head is a little different from typical Bandai molds. It's got a ball joint up in its neck, so it can rotate 360 up and down from there. It also has a peg joint at the base, so it can swivel about that one, full 360 as well. Let's see, that's just the ball joint moving, and I'm not going to bother moving the base of the neck. Alright, so this antenna here does not move, it's solid. Got this fun little turret on the front section that can rotate as far around as you need to. It will get stopped, hit the main body, of course. The gun does not move up or down. Okay, so that's just there as is. These little jets on the back, those are on a little ball joint, though the space they're in is quite confined, so you're not going to move much more than this, really. You can actually even see what I'm doing. I can swivel just a tiny bit. Anyway, then from there, that's pretty much it for the torso, really. It connects on two ball joints. So up inside the torso, there's a ball joint, and then at the base, or top of the hips, I guess, there's another ball joint. So two ball joints kind of connected. I think if you build some more modern high grades, you get that all the time. So you can of course rotate 360 there. Then up at the shoulders you have a ball joint here inside the shoulder, so you can get in and out and rotate full 360 from there. Absolutely nothing in your way if you don't have the weapons on it. There is a swivel in here based on that joint, so I can get in and out really easy. Then from there, this joint right here is a peg, which goes up inside, real simplistic. So I can rotate 360 there, and then a simple one joint here. Alright, so you can get that far up. Yeah, not too far, but it doesn't need to reach its shoulders for anything. Arms are quite long this way, so if you have something big on the backpack, where you customize something maybe, it might interfere there. Just gonna show you the hatch here. That's for the, I want to call it a beam saber, but I don't think it's what they'd call it in Armored Core. Anyway, let's see here. Ball joint at the hands. Alright, a little stiff, but of course it can swivel around 360 like all the others and get a little movement up and down. Let's see here. The legs. Alright, we have a peg that pushes inside on a hinge, so it can go in and out. And then a peg that pushes down through the base of the leg, so it can swivel left and right. So up and out, forward, back, till it hits stuff. And where there's no skirts on this kit, it can go quite a ways before it hits stuff. So one joint at the knee here, and one joint here at the knee. Sorry, I'm going to turn that a little sideways. One here, and one here. So I can get quite a good ways before it kind of hits stuff and interferes. So that's not too bad. Oh darn, kind of disassembled the back of the leg a little bit when I was goofing. Anyway, so I'll show you something neat. It's kind of cool. Basically at the back of these legs, you can see where there are something akin to pistons moving up and down. So your ankles kind of shift, and you can see the parts moving inside the leg. Alright, I thought it was kind of neat. So you can move the toe back and forth, and you can watch the pistons move. Alright, alright, so the ankles are a little awkward to explain. They've got a ball joint inside the foot, alright, which is then attached to a peg that goes up in, so it can rotate from there, which is then on a little swivel joint, so it can go back and forth, which is then mounted onto another peg, just going up inside. But there's so much stuff going on the ankles that you can only get this far anyway. So, in theory, it should get some ridiculous amount of articulation that's completely useless to anyone, but it's limited by the shape of the leg. So, that's cool. Alright, so on to accessories. Got 6 hands that come with it. That's 3 sets of hands. So 2 open palms. It's quite nice. 2 open fists for holding things. And 2 closed fists that I have on there now. Alright, and speaking of holding things, it comes with a rifle, or I guess that might be a submachine gun, I can't really remember. Alright, so that can fit in your open fist pretty easy. Personally, I don't really like the look of this. So that's okay, yeah. Right, and I mentioned where it can have a beam saber, or whatever they want to call it in Armored Core. Fits in the arm, okay. Alright, so I'm just kind of shift down here for a second, and you can see where it fits into the hatch down here. Boom, just like that. So that looks pretty cool. There are actually only 2 clear red parts like that in the kit. This isn't like the flexible Bandai beam saber stuff. This is hard plastic like the rest of the kit. So that's right there on the visor. You might be able to see it. It's the same stuff. Alright, then for other weapons we have this rocket launcher. Okay, it's cool. That can fit in this side right here. Get in. Alright, it swivels up and down pretty easy. Alright, and then it also has this cannon. Folds up. It's quite nice. And interrupted. Alright, so the rocket launcher just attaches right here on the shoulder as well. Let's see if I can actually do this in frame. Alright, and it can move up and down as well. Alright, you can see where it takes up a pretty significant amount of space back there. Before I forget to mention, the mounts for both of these little mounting arms, they can switch to the other side. So you just pull them out and rotate them around. They're kind of, I don't know, ambidextrous, I guess. So you can have them on either side, really. Just, in fact, I think the manual has you put them on the other side, the wrong side, and then in the final bit of instructions shows you to put them on in this configuration, but they actually have them assembled the other way. So you're kind of left scratching your head as to what's going on here. Anyway, so the cannon and the rocket launcher. There you go. Anyway, nice little kit. Really good time building this. Didn't take me too long. I think I just spent the last couple days kind of on again, off again, building. I got home from work and stuff. Put that down. There we go. There we go. Everything's collapsed. Oh God, lost parts. Get those later. Bane of my existence. Lost parts. Anyway, one last thing, just for size comparison. 1 to 144 scale, right here. I didn't grab any master grade kits or anything to compare it with. I figured 1 to 144 would be best. It gets dwarfed by master grades by quite a fair margin. Anyway, so this is your average 18 meter suit. You can see that more or less comes up halfway to the chest. Alright, so if you're expecting something bigger, you might have to try and find a resin kit in some larger scale or something. But that's about it for this review. Anyway, thank you very much guys for watching. I'll see you at the next video. That's it.